So Kimberly Cheatle, the director of the Secret Service, has resigned. This was essential that it be done. This was such a massive failure. We've been speaking with a number of former Secret Service agents, most of whom have been absolutely shocked that, number one, the building the shooter was on was outside the perimeter, given that it was a clear line of sight right to where Trump was, 147 yards away. But in addition, the idea that crooks flew a drone over that venue just hours before the event, that crooks had a rangefinder walked up to the magnetometer within the perimeter, was deemed suspicious based on the way he was acting, and the Secret Service lost sight of him and never tried to find him again. The fact that there were people we have spoken with, one person in particular, who saw crooks on the roof with a rifle, was screaming, "The guy up there has a gun," and was pointing at the sharpshooters behind former President Trump to get their attention. And this was 30 seconds before crooks started firing. And this guy was wildly pointing, and he was in the line of sight of the Secret Service. And if they're looking out in the crowd, he was standing there. He told us there were 75 other people that were scattering and screaming, and yet the Secret Service did nothing. And we spoke to one former agent who said, well, what do you want to do? Shoot crooks? He might be a broom. Well, first of all, a broom seems improbable. But if you're not going to do anything to neutralize crooks, at least scream, get Trump down on the ground, so that you know there's somebody out there who probably means harm, is clearly a threat, yet nobody screamed that. The other thing that some of the agents we spoke to were just shocked at is that there were people guarding a 6'3" protectee, and they were 5'5", 5'6", and you cannot effectively guard somebody that tall. And a lot of people think that might have been optics, that they wanted to get enough people around that were diverse enough, and this has nothing to do with sex, gender, anything. It just has to do with height, and that if you're not able to protect a person fully, it is real hard to give them the kind of protection they need. Final thing I want to say that some of the agents said was that when Trump decided to raise his fist, stand on the floorboard of the car, and stick his head above all the Secret Service agents to address the crowd, that's not Trump's decision. Donald Trump on January 6th wanted to go to the Capitol, and the Secret Service said, no, you're not going to go there, and took him to the White House. So the Secret Service has the ability to draw the line with a president or former president and say, we don't care what you want, our job is to protect you. So why did they allow him to go above them and do that? Now, the Secret Service, everybody agrees they were heroic by jumping on him knowing that somebody was firing. That's no doubt heroic, but there were so many lapses here that you have to wonder, was this a long time in coming? There are agents we spoke to who say it was, and they felt that Kimberly Cheatle needed to go, and now she has.